Hi everybody. Today I am planting an amaryllis bulb. Last year, for the first time, I planted amaryllis bulbs, and I did it like mid-November, and they take about 8 weeks to bloom. And I had gorgeous amaryllis flowers in pots in my house in January. So it really was just really a nice pick me up in zone 6B here in the winter in Massachusetts. It's very dreary and gray outside. So I was so happy to see some beautiful flower color growing in pots in my house. So I decided to do it again this year. And it's very easy. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but I found the amaryllis bulbs in Massachusetts anyway are out now. They're in the big box stores. Last year I bought mine from Home Depot. Um, did I already say that? I don't know. Anyway, so I bought them from Home Depot. Today I went to my garden center, Briggs, in Attleboro, and they have a lovely selection of different bulbs. And you can also purchase an amaryllis plant kit that comes with a pot and the bulb. But they have individual bulbs that you can plant as well. So this year, or today, I bought this, it's called Double Dream. So it's a beautiful double petal amaryllis flower. And this is what you do. Here's the bulb. It's really big, like a giant onion. And look at the beautiful, healthy roots. Now this part at the top is where the growth is going to come out of, and you don't want to get any dirt in that area right there. So I picked a pot right here that's probably bigger than I needed, honestly, but I just kind of like the color of the pot, that color scheme in my house. And I thought that pink flower with this sagey green pot would be nice. So I already have my soil in here. You just want to get a nice dry potting soil. I just used my Miracle Grow that I've used all season. But you could use whatever you have, but it should be something, kind of dry and everything. And so I just want to set it right down in the middle of this pot and bury those roots. And then also, you do not want to bury the entire bulb on an amaryllis bulb. You only bury 1/3 of the bulb. So I am bringing the soil up around the bulb. You're burying the roots, and then you're bringing it up, but you're not burying the entire bulb. So I don't know if you can see this. I probably need a little more soil. But I basically put a hole in the middle, and if you can see, a lot of the bulb is still sticking up out of the ground, out of the pot, out of the soil. So I'm probably going to add a little more soil and being very careful not to get any dirt in the middle of where those blooms are going to come out. And then I'm going to add moss to make it look pretty. Just a little green moss around the top of the soil, around the bulb. And then I'm going to thoroughly water the bulb in when I plant it right now. And then once it starts to sprout, you kind of do a little less watering. I mean, it's just very sparingly water after that first water. I'm going to place this pot in a window with kind of indirect light, but very warm. These bulbs want to stay like somewhere around the 65 to 70 degree temperature. So my house right now, we've turned on the heat because it's getting cold at night. So my house is definitely warm enough for the bulbs, and I'll put it in a window, and I will probably have blooms because we're mid-October. So I'm hoping that I'll have blooms right around Christmas. And this particular flower is a double petal flower, and it also will hopefully have multiple stems coming out of this one bulb. You want to make sure that your pot has about 1 to 2 inches around the side of the bulb for a little bit of room. And you want to make sure that you have a sturdy pot, because this is going to get at least 24 inches tall, the stalk, and the blooms are going to be up here. So you want something that's heavy enough to not have it tip over. And you might have to put a little stake in it, but I didn't last year. One of the ways you can avoid having the flowers, tip this way or the stems tip that way is just keep rotating your pot in the sun when it's indoors all the time. Every other day, just kind of move it and make sure that the whole area of the pot is getting that sun equally. And then your stems are likely to grow straight up. A little bit of a trick. So I will certainly show you progress when this flowers in the winter, hopefully. And just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to be planting some more too. I think I'm going to do a lower pot and put several in I had 2 pots of them last year, and they were just stunning. And they bloomed for weeks. Like they really, really bloomed for a while, maybe 3 weeks. So probably January into February, I had amaryllis blooms in the house, which were so pretty. So that's my lesson for today. Hope that you try this and like it as much as I did last year when I tried it. Have a great day in the garden.